Well, as I mentioned, Dr. Terri Orbuch has got a fascinating book that's helpful both for senior marriages as well as non-senior marriages. Today we're going to focus on senior marriages with you, Doctor, and it's a pleasure to have you here as a guest again.
Thank you. My pleasure.
It sounds like quite a bit of research that you've done and been involved in.
Yes, all of these couples, 373 couples, started in 1986. They were married in 1986, and I've been following them along with a large team of people for the last 22 years.
Wow.
And the project is funded by the National Institutes of Health, and I'm the project director.
And so as a result of that, now you're 22 years, is the study still ongoing?
The study is still ongoing, and
Wow.
we have a website, and we keep in contact with all the couples. Now I like to say, though, that I've been following 746 individuals, since many of them are divorced. Hopefully I'm going to be continuing to follow both the divorced individuals and the married couples into the future.
Wow. So from that study, then I understand that, and you've written, by my estimation, a very practical book. You've got a lot of good practical advice in there.
Thank you. And I think really, Greg, what is so interesting about the book is that it's based on science, but I've made it accessible to everybody. But I really think it's small changes that couples can do to really take their marriage from good to great. I mean, who doesn't want an exceptional relationship?
Right.
And all of these tips really just take you to the next level.
There's also kind of some parallel studies that individuals who are in seniors, who are in committed relationships, happy relationships, are healthier and live longer. Is that true?
Absolutely true. I mean, when you are in a happy, healthy relationship, you are physically better off, and you are mentally or psychologically healthier, less likely to get depressed, less likely to get nervous, and more healthy in general, a positive, optimistic outlook on life.
If you're in an unhappy relationship, does that affect your health negatively?
It does.
Okay.
It affects your physical health and your psychological health.
What do seniors want in a marriage?
Well, I think seniors want what everyone wants. You want a happy relationship where you're having fun and there's laughter, where there's a little bit of spice and excitement every now and then, and where you feel intimately connected to that person. They know you, you know them, and you affirm and praise one another. What we found in this study is that passionate love, the excitement and the romance, declines or dies after about 18 months of being one another.
18
With
months.
being with one another. That's not very long.
No,
in fact,
that's
my
not
students say, wow, what would you do afterwards, right?
Right.
But what happens after 18 months is what we call companionate love. And that's the love of friendship, support, intimacy, having someone that you can really lean on. Companionate love is the love where you know everything about that person, or you think you do. But that's the love that keeps couples together over time. What I encourage senior couples who have been together for a long period of time or in a new marriage is that you don't forget to add some of the newness every now and then. Because
Okay,
that's
so you're not
what,
stuck just with companionate love, is what you're saying.
no, you
Okay.
can refuel the
Okay.
passion, you can reignite the passion and the excitement and the romance. So it may not be there all the time, the passion and excitement, but you can make it appear.
And you've got the steps to do
I
that.
do have the steps.
And we're going to
a
share them
simple
today.
tips too.
Do men and women want the same things from a marriage?
I think they want the same thing, which is happiness. But the way they get that happiness is very different.
So how does a man get the happiness and how does a woman get the happiness?
What I found from the study is that men need what we call affective affirmation. Affective affirmation is the degree to which your spouse or partner makes you feel special and excited and worthwhile and valuable. And men need it more than women. It's not that women don't need it. I think men and women both need affective affirmation. We both need praise. We both need to be validated from others. But women have so many other people to get it from in their lives. It says, oh, I love your haircut. Where'd you get those shoes? That's all affective affirmation. And women, me included, get it all the time. Men, on the other hand, only get it from their spouse. Men need it from their wives. When they get affective affirmation, husbands, from their wives, they are happier in their marriage, and that marriage is more likely to last over time. There is a gender difference. Men like to get affective affirmation through gestures or behaviors, and they're good at giving it through behaviors and gestures. Women, though, like to get it through words, and they're really good at giving it through words.
So if I'm a guy, I've got to verbalize it more.
Yes, you really do, because she's not really hearing you or seeing your gestures. She's sitting there or standing there saying, I want to hear it. I want those words. And you're giving it through gestures, but she's not recognizing it. And it's the same way. Women need to really do some gestures or behaviors because you, as a woman, are good at saying it. But he's waiting for those little gestures.
Expect less and get more. What do you mean by expect less and get more?
Well, the number one reason that couples aren't happy, as found in my study, is frustration. And frustration is the difference or gap between what you want or expect out of a relationship and what is actually there. So what happens is that people get frustrated the more they have expectations. The more unrealistic those expectations are, the higher those expectations are.
So if I set the bar way up here and she doesn't meet the bar way up here, I'm going to be frustrated.
And she can never meet way up here, because those are unrealistic expectations.
Well, let me get on that. So if my expectations are way too high, I need to lower those expectations to a realistic level, not an inferior level, just a realistic.
Not low expectations, just realistic, so that your partner or spouse can meet them.